Sorry. Yeah, now it's recording. Yeah.
Okay. So, Namaste, Dhyanji. Oh, hearty welcome to you.
Namaste, Purushottam ji.
So
like
now
I
today
corrected you, Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Siya Ram.
Not Jai Sri Ram. There's always Siya Ram, Jai Siya Ram.
Yes.
Because without Siya, there would be no Ram. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a hearty welcome to Dhyanji, who's the author of the book Arya Dharma. So we are going to understand and elaborately know the contents of what the book Arya Dharma is through the author himself, Sri Dhyanji, who is a reputed industrialist and
I'm not an industrialist, nothing, that's all gone past. Now I'm just a father, a farmer, and I'm a father, I'm a farmer, I'm a writer. And what the world calls gambling, I call making money. That's the only way, and right now I can make money. But it's a very hard way, but it's a good way. If you can figure it out, investing in the stock market is a good way to make money. But it's not recommended until you have reached a certain level of stability.
Now what we are discussing is like, how do we put it into the world? So that's the reason I'm presenting it as I'm saying as an industrialist.
I'm not an industrialist. I never want to be known as an industrialist. I don't believe in industrialization. I don't believe in mass production. They are the ruin of the world. They have never existed since the last 200 years they have existed. Before that, this world was a heaven. You have seen what industrialization has done. You know who invented industrialization? I don't even have to tell you. It is a curse. It is actually a curse.
Yeah.
This world has managed for centuries, for millennia without industrialization.
Yes.
Who brought it and why they brought it, I will explain in this talk.
Yes.
What is industrialization? First, now that you have brought this question up and you started with me as an industrialist, what is the basis of industry? Replace men with machines. That is not my goal. I want to replace machines with men. Why do you need men to replace machines? Why? So that you can make more money for cheaper. That's the only reason. No, don't give me that bullshit that, oh, I bought machines so that they're defect free and they will reduce man-made defects. That's all rubbish. The main reason you bought machines is because you can work machines 24 hours a day. They don't ask for any leave. They don't ask for any salary. You don't have to listen for their emergency weddings, emergency illnesses, nothing. You just put the machine on and go. That's it. That is the main basis of industrialization. What people don't realize is it happened in the British grew rich with industrialization. That is how they ruined this world. And the same thing will happen for this generation. Those days, machines replaced men. Now computers will replace men. And what happened in the Matrix will finally come true. Have you seen the movie Matrix?
Yes, I have seen the movie Matrix.
Industrialization is part one. The second generation, if you allow fuckers to continue, this fuckers brought industrialization. They have ruined the world. I will explain to you why. Before industrialization, weren't we rich? Weren't we rich before industrialization? Weren't we rich? Do you know why industrialization was a success? Do you know why industrialization was a success? Have you read Shashi Tharoor's book? They chopped off our weavers' fingers. They chopped off our weavers' fingers. They ruined our farming system just so that they could promote the industries. Do you know that? Do you even know that? Industrialization would have failed if India was not involved in it. Just because India was conquered, India was in the production of India was ruined. We made handmade, We had farming, we had decentralized irrigation, we never had dams, each village had its own lake, they were masters, there was a village what Gandhi writes about the village republic existed in India. It existed, I will prove it. Every village was its own republic. The British purposely destroyed that with industrialization.
So now, coming to your book, which you have mentioned elaborately about the topics and the elaborate way how our country was decentralized, I would like to know from you in much more detail about how and what is the idea, the concept behind the title Arya Dharma.
Yeah, now the concept behind the title Arya Dharma. Now, this is a very, very interesting concept, because some people who see it, especially when the guys see it in the West, no, these two swastikas and Arya, they straight away think I'm some racist, some master race, some superior. Because I was in America, this book was written when I was in America. I got into a lot of trouble when I showed my book. Lot of trouble. I can't even tell you the problem, story, headache I got into when I saw this logo. In India, it's safe to show this, but in America, if you show this, you're considered a racist, you're considered a very serious terrorist. But
you're
what this book, I wrote this book, I started it in 2006. It was only a website then. The book only came out in 2019, but the website has existed since 2006. But this was always, see, if you see the logo, the website is still there. This is the logo of the website. It is called aryadharma.world. It can be anything. If you don't remember world, I made aryadharma.com, I made aryadharma.in. Whatever you do, it will come here. But it is actually aryadharma.world. But aryadharma.com also works. So what is the meaning of this logo? This logo I will explain in a simple word. This is the Arya Dharma. The logo consists of the Arya Dharma. Now, what does the logo of the Arya Dharma consist of? Now, the Arya Dharma consists of this first thing is called Om Tat Sat. Now, Om Tat Sat, even so-called Hindus don't understand. It is mentioned in the Gita. Highest goal of the Gita is not Narayana, but Om Tat Sat. Krishna himself says in the Gita, reaching Om Tat Sat is too hard for you, just chant my name. So even Krishna says reaching Om Tat Sat is so hard. So just chant my name, that is easier for you. So this is the highest goal. Even according to Krishna, Om Tat Sat, I will explain in the next talk about what is Om Tat Sat. What it means. I don't know what I am nothing. I don't even know one microscope of what is the meaning of Om Tat Sat. And you can't explain, you have to feel it. Whatever words I do, it's just talk. It's like me explaining about ice cream. I can say chocolate ice cream is delicious. But unless you taste ice cream, what will you know about ice cream? So whatever I explain about Om Tat Sat, you will not know unless you experience it. Understood? So my words don't do justice to what is Om Tat Sat. So then the second thing is Satyameva Jayate. Satyameva Jayate is the ultimate and the last leg of Dharma. They say there are 4 legs of Dharma. I am teaching my son there are 5 legs of Dharma, but he knows 4 legs. According to our Hindu scriptures, there are 4 legs, but I will say there are 5 legs. The 4 legs of Dharma, according to Hindu scripture, are first is truth, Sat. Now, what is this Sat? Satyameva or Sat? That is a whole, you can write a whole lifetime on Sat. So, Sat, truth. Then purity. Purity has many purity of heart, purity of thought, purity of intention. Then the third is charity. Charity is charity, not only putting one big building and put your name on it and put Dhanya so much. No. Charity happens first in thought. First, you should have a charitable thought. Then you should have a charitable action. Then only come with a charitable, talk. More than talk is thought and talk. Anybody can talk about charity. It's no big deal. Actually, I am not only a Hindu sanskar. In the Quran, it says, Those who do charity without talking are the people who do the most charity. You don't have to tell like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, oh, I donated all my money to charity. That's all bullshit, megalomania. If you really do charity, nobody will even know. That is what is charity. Then the fourth thing of truth, purity, charity, and the fourth thing is compassion. Now, compassion is a very, very difficult word for people to understand. So my son calls it love. So according to my son, compassion is very difficult. Now, if I try to explain compassion, it will take. So love is a simple word. Everybody understands love. So instead of compassion, let us say truth, purity, charity, and love. Now, what is love? Love is basically compassion. Love is not love as we know. Love is compassion towards all beings, not just love my mother, love my father, love my uncle, love my wife. That is not love. Love is love for the whole of existence, for the whole of creation. That is what is compassion. And how do you show love? How do you show love? Like Bollywood, मैं खोरा खून पी जाऊंगा, खून में nothing you don't have to do. They say something, if you really love a flower, you will take care of it, not cut it. If you really love a fish, you will swim with it, not take it out and fry it. Understood? That is what is love. You will live its dreams. You will not live your dreams through it. That is what is love.
Yes.
So those are the four things of dharma. Now the left swastika is mother, the right swastika is father. Now mother and father, if you click on this thing, everything is mentioned about the logo. It's all written there. What in mother, left swastika is always above the right swastika, because womanly qualities are much more important to this world and to creation than male qualities. Without women, this world would not exist. Without Kali, Shiva is Purusha. Kali is Prakriti. Without Purusha, this world will just be Purusha. But only with Prakriti, creation comes. If you read the Vedas, what is Purusha and Prakriti? Purusha is just the stable base. But all the wonder of creation comes from Kali. And Kali is also Kali, which is the time. She is creation and destruction. Nothing in creation is permanent. Nothing in creation is permanent. Even this whole universe, one day, if you study astronomy, is gone. So that is what is Kali. Nothing is permanent. Only I am permanent. Purusha and Prakriti. Once you understand the samskara like I do, Purusha and Prakriti is only permanent. Finally, Prakriti also will go into Purusha. One day will come. If you study, if there's an astronomer who understands what I'm talking about, he will say it is true. One day will come when this universe will go back into nothing. There will be nothing, which is Brahman. And again it will start with Kali. And again it will start. So it is an endless cycle. So basically what this cycle means is if you see this 1 minute, let me just go back. This wheel is the circle of life. So father, mother, circle of life. Pardon?
Can you please share the screen?
It's sharing.
It's not visible. No, I mean to say the thing which you are showing and explaining.
Okay, can you see it?
No.
1 minute.
Please share the web page.
1 minute. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, can you see my book?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I was sharing the wrong screen. So this basically, I'm showing the mouse. Om Tat Sat I've explained. Satyameva Jayate and I extend. Left is father, not your physical father. Left is mother, not your physical mother, but the mother of the universe. Right is your father of the universe. And circle is basically the circle of creation, and it has many meanings. The circle is not only the circle of creation, it is also the wheel of dharma. Dharma is also a wheel.
Yes.
If you study Dharma, it is a wheel. It will always turn. It will never stop turning. The whole world will stop, but Dharma will keep turning. So that is the meaning of this logo. And I've explained my book, you can see here, basically I've written it here. It's a publication on the noble Dharma. Arya Dharma basically means noble Dharma. Now, Arya is not Aryan race. There is no master Aryan race. If you see a scriptures, there is something called Arya. Arya means noble. Now, I have written Arya. What I actually mean, I have written in my articles also. Arya basically means what the Gita calls Daiva Sampriti or divine qualities. In the Gita, this chapter 16, verse 1 to 3, they say Daiva Samputti. It's very, even I can't pronounce this word. And this book is not just written for India, it's written for the whole world. So Arya is a simple word of Daiva Samputti, which basically means divine qualities. Now, what are these divine qualities? Basically, I told you those who simply the whole Ramayana written in Gita. Just if you follow the 4 pillars of Dharma, you have divine qualities. You have 4 pillars of Dharma. That's all you need. You don't need to know any Quran, Gita, Mahabharata, Upanishad, nothing. There are only 4 pillars of Dharma. It exists in any religion. Any religion, Dharma is Dharma. Whatever the label is, any religion you have studied, there are only 4 pillars of Dharma. One is truth, one is purity, one is charity, and one is love or compassion. It is the same. Any religion, if they don't have this in their religion, it is not a religion. Any religion, I will challenge you, ask a real scholar of any religion. I've studied Islam, I've studied Judaism, I've studied Christian, I have studied Sanatana Dharma, you live. I've studied Buddhism. Any scholar, not these chutyas who you see running around on the road and coming on TV, you ask any real scholar, do these 4 pillars exist as the base of your religion? Only thing is, in what we call Arya Dharma, it is not even called Sanatana Dharma, it is called Arya Dharma. It is explained simply and beautifully. In our Arya Dharma, which is actually what our original Bharatiya religion was, this is explained beautifully as 4 pillars. Now, how you interpret truth, how you interpret purity, how you interpret charity, how you interpret love, is left to you to decide through meditation. It does not come from hearing. Now, what is purity to me and what is purity to you may be two different things. But purity is purity. There is only one concept of purity. You can't say, I will love all one kind of people and hate all other kind of people. I am pure. No. Pure means you will love even the cockroach and the mosquito. What is this purity? I only love these sort of people and hate these sort of people. Still hate is there in you, no? Is that love? Purity is purity. There is no division in purity. It is just purity. When God created this world, He trusted us blindly. Blindly. He did not even put anything, any law. He said, you run this world. And what have we done to this world? Can you not see what we have done? Who created this world? Did we even create this world? It was all given to us. What have we done to it? Come and see Bangalore. Come and see Bangalore. I'm living here from the last 50 years. I can tell you what it was and what it has become today. It's a shithole compared to what it was during my grandfather's time. This does not even apply to Bangalore. It applies to all over the world. Whole nature has been destroyed. Whole trees have been destroyed. Whole lakes have been destroyed. Whole rivers have been destroyed. For what? For glass and steel buildings. For AC buildings. To make money. What money? Paper money. Does it mean anything? It's a promise to pay on your money. What can I exchange it for? What have you done to this world? What has industrialization done to this world?
So now, does your book tackle these questions, and what are the aspects which the book entails about how do we handle, what is it relevant when people are speaking about these things. So how will we be able to understand this from your writing?
See, one thing I will tell you, if we have to have any sort of revival, these systems we have today have to be burnt. There has to be a revolution. The systems we have today benefit only a point percent of humanity. 0.% of humanity. Forget the species on this world. They don't benefit any species on this world. They do not even benefit humanity. But somehow we have that self-interest, like 0.1% of humanity is benefiting. But the thing is, what now when you see if you read Fahen, if you read the old history, they will never mention there was a poor like how you find in the streets of Bangalore, forget, even in the streets of San Francisco, you find now poor homeless drug addict. You will never find that. In our old scripture, those days they didn't have Instagram and video, but these men have come all. If you read Fahen, I'll show you what can you see my screen?
Yes.
The first article I have written about my first article is Bharata. This is what Bharata. It is not Bharat. It is not Bharata. It is Bharata. And when they came, Alexander came to India because it was the wealthiest nation in the world. Alexander came to India not because it was some Bikari, Chhatri, third world nation, but because it was the most wealthy and powerful country in the world. And you know what Alexander did? He turned his tail and ran away. He never conquered India. That's all bullshit. He came to Paurava. Paurava kicked his ass so badly. He said, okay, let's compromise. Don't kill me. I'll let you live as king. You also let me go. Okay, let me go forward. Now, can you imagine Alexander, do you know what he did to Persia? Do you know what he did to the Persian emperor? If he really defeated Paurava, you think he would have left Paurava? Why did he not leave the Persian emperor? Why did he do that to him? Why did he leave it? Do you think he really left Paurava? Paurava had the guts to tell him, let us stop, because our Indian culture was so stupid in those days. Prithviraj Chauhan also left Gauri so many times. We live in Mahabharata, it is there. Once an enemy compromises, compromise. We are all gentlemen. We are all gentle. Compromise, we won't fight again. Unfortunately, Arab invaders were not like that. Greeks at least had that thing. So when Alexander said compromise, he compromised. He left the thing. And now I'll tell you the main thing is, why did Alexander return to Greece? Because he had to fight the Magadha kingdom. And the Magadha kingdom was the most powerful kingdom in the world. Alexander's army, just hearing about the Magadha kingdom, not even seeing them, just hearing about them, they revolted against Alexander. Oh, I can't fight this. I don't want to die. I'm going back. And they revolted and Alexander was forced to go back. Now, I will tell you what is the greatness of Kautilya and Chandragupta Maurya. Now, this Magadha kingdom that scared Alexander was scared. Alexander was shit scared of them. Was defeated single-handedly by Kautilya and Chandragupta Maurya. Just two men took down a dictatorial kingdom that scared Alexander. Just two men. These were dictators. The Magadha kingdom were dictators. Alexander shot his bricks and ran out of them, after them, away from them. And just two men, Chandragupta Maurya and Kautilya, brought down that kingdom and bought the most glorious kingdom ever to replace it in the history of India till today. Even now, if you see Megasthenes, have you heard of Megasthenes? You studied in school.
Indica. Yes, Megasthenes.
Indica. Correct. He talks about Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, let us forget about Chandragupta Maurya. Now see, the Magadha of the Guptas. Guptas is when the time when Fahin came. Once Magadha was set at that level by Chandragupta Maurya, it became like there is no, for millennia it was there, Magadha. Now what is Magadha? I am scared to even take my son there. It has become like that. You know where Magadha is? UP, Bihar, somewhere in that region.
Yes, that belt, yes.
Point it on the map, you can find. So, some of the backwaters, the worst backwaters cesspool of India now is Magadha. At one time, it was the capital of the world. So what has brought us to that? From capital of the world to cesspool of India. Same Magadha, no? Same people, no? Something must have gone wrong, no? Does the land change or its people change?
The land hasn't
Now
changed.
you
The people have changed.
see what I've written, page 79, Magadha of the Guptas, if you can read. The cities and towns of this country are the greatest of all in the Middle Kingdom. Middle Kingdom, this is a Chinese guy. When he talks about Middle Kingdom, he talks about Qingxia. Qingxia is a Chinese word, which is like ours is, all land are under heaven. So we were the Middle Kingdom. We were Qinjia. Actually, India in Chinese old, there's a Qin. India also was considered as heaven by the Chinese. Only thing, Chinese were not chutias. They respected us. They wanted to live in harmony with us. They did not want to conquer us. We learned from them. They learned from us. They sent us scholars here. If you know, I watched a lot of Shaolin movies. Everybody who was your age, my age, watched Shaolin Temple, Shaolin Kung Fu, Shaolin this, Shaolin. You know who invented the Shaolin Temple? Dharma, a monk from India. He went to China and made Shaolin. So that is a close relationship we had with China. But unfortunately, today I don't know why this is happening, what is happening. And that the worst part is this Chinese-Indian fight we are having happening is over a map that was drawn by a Britisher. We are fighting war, wasting bodies, wasting blood over a line that was drawn by a fucking Britisher. How much more stupid can you get? I don't understand.
But that is the reality right now.
Huh?
But that is also the reality right now. We can't change history, right? So how does your book take us to understand how we can bring some reforms in whatever way the current society is in?
How we can bring some reform? Like I told you, the current systems, what we have, industrialization, capitalism, democracy, is not the voice of the people. Do you agree or not? What does democracy mean? What does democracy mean? Now, I want to show you the real meaning of democracy, which nobody understands, but which I have read, and which is what was followed in India. It is explained by an American, but this is what was existing in India, because I will tell you why. But let me just show you what democracy means. Okay. And then I will show you how it existed in India. So what does democracy mean? Freedom is when the people can speak. Democracy is when the government listens. Democracy is when the government listens. Is the government listening to you? Does the government even hear you? Does it even hear you? Forget listen to you. Does it even hear you? Democracy means a continuous and informed participation. Not go vote, here 1,000 rupees, one sari, one mixi, here one anna bagya, shadi bagya, vote for me, I'll make all the decisions. No. Democracy means a continuous and informed participation. You have to participate. In today's day, when you have internet, when you have photo, telegram, when you have everything, why do you need a representative? Tell me. Why do you need a representative? Why do you need a representative? Can't you represent yourself? See, in the old days, there was a parliament, nobody went there. Now with internet, why? Why can't you vote from a mobile? Why can't? Now, don't you have Twitter polls? Don't you have Twitter polls? Have you used Twitter? Anybody can have a poll. Anybody can have a voice. If you ask me really, I'm telling you, Twitter is the future of democracy if taken seriously. It has to be filtered, okay? But anybody can have a voice if they have the right voice there. Problem is, does the government listen? Government does not listen. Government will do what it wants. In Bangalore, nobody wants any IT park. Nobody wants any farmer's land taken for road. Nobody wants any farmer's land taken for site. But why is the government taking farmer's land? Why is the government taking all the farmers' land for road and sites and townships? Why? Are they listening to the farmers? Haven't the farmers lived there for more than 1,000 years? Just because some IT coolie from Kenya comes, oh, I'll give you 1,000 jobs, take away the land and give me, I'll make money. Is that fair? Is the government listening? Is the government listening? It's not.
No.
So that we have no democracy. That's all bullshit. Democracy is when the government listens, and freedom is when the people can speak. And what is democracy? Democracy is a continuous and informed participation. The only democracy in this world right now is Switzerland. The only democracy in this world now is Switzerland because they have cantons. The people make all the decisions. But Switzerland is not an ideal democracy because its basis is all black money recycling. They did not have a fundamental economy like us. We were an ideal democracy. During Kautilya's time, even though Chandragupta Maurya was the ruler and Kautilya was the minister, if you see Kautilya's Arthashastra, like I show you and I will show you, the main thing he said was, because I don't talk without any basis. I don't talk like all politicians from my ass.
Dhyan, we have very less time. We have just 5 minutes.
1 minute. Let me just show you 1 minute what I mean. Well, let me
recording.
Oh, recording is over. 10 minutes is over.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's stop.
Last 5 minutes we have.
Last 5 minutes. Let me show you what Kautilya said. Let me show you what Kautilya said about it. Switzerland right now is an ideal democracy, but they are able to afford this democracy only because of black money recycling. Only because of black money recycling, they are able to afford this democracy. Whereas the plan I have outlined in my book is to have a real economy like how Kautilya had. Just like how Kautilya had, this Arthashastra is unknown in the West. Nobody has even heard of Arthashastra. But if there is a manual today for the revival of the world, it is the Arthashastra. If there is a manual today for the revival of India, it is the Arthashastra. I'm telling you, this is history. This is history. I'm not talking from bullshit. Two men, Kautilya and Chandragupta Maurya, created this. Just two men. So I'm not bringing some IIT MBA case study and showing you vaporware. This has been done in the past. This is what is done. Who is considered the greatest king in India today? Ashoka.
Of course,
Ashoka. Do you know who Ashoka was? Do you know who Ashoka was? Chandragupta Maurya's grandson. If Chandragupta Maurya himself was not there, what would Ashoka have been? He probably would have been a cowherd. Somebody had to start now in one generation. Only Adani can make in one generation so much. Otherwise, even Ratan Tata today is here because his grandfather or great-grandfather started. Nobody can build in one generation so much. That was kingdom.
But my question would be, or anybody's question would be, how can one person change the whole world unless you are on the helm of affairs, especially in the current state of, in the current situation? If two people could change, they had the power of doing it. And now, how will you be able to do it, bring that reform like what you are expecting in the age of Kautilya and Chandragupta Maurya?
I wrote my book in 2006. The website has hardly got any hits. Whatever I'm talking today is in my website. But unfortunately, nobody today has time to read. Everybody wants videos. Everybody wants talks. I don't know. I am not a talker. I don't watch. My TV is there. I've not switched it on for more than 8 months. It is just there as a museum piece for my wife and son to watch. I am not a talker. I have a Twitter account. I'm very active in that Twitter account, but there are no videos at all in that. There are hardly any videos. This is my first video I'm doing because people don't have time to read. People only have time to listen. Whatever I'm talking, you can find in 5 minutes in my article, but it's taking 10 minutes to explain. But sometimes I think it is better to talk first, because once you talk, you can explain and then you can go and read. Because reading this is a 600-page book. Who will read a 600-page book? I'm talking, we have written 600 pages. I know what are the most important things to talk about. But if you go and read my book, you will figure out where to start and what is the writing, all rubbish. So I'm telling you the basis, fundamental thing of my book is just two things. If we have to revive this world, we have to go back to the future. What do I mean by back to the future? We have to go back to the greatest kingdom that ever existed, that is Mauryas. Ram Raja, forget. Ram Raja though will come maybe in the next generation. Ram Raja though, everybody has to be like Rama. For Ram Raja to happen, there will be no people like Kautilya. There will only be people like Rama. Kautilya was a very shrewd man. Very shrewd. Very shrewd. He understood crookedness. Maybe we will come to the level of Kautilya. The next generation will all be born as Rama. They will bring Ram Raja. But for this crooked generation, there's no better man than Kautilya. Everybody, call all our politicians, they call Chanakya, Chanakya. No, Narasimha Rao is called Chanakya. Amit Shah is called Chanakya. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Do you even know who Chanakya was? Calling this Chutyas Chanakya is like calling bloody donkey the greatest racehorse in the world. Secretariat was the greatest racehorse in the world. Calling some stinky, inky, winky, stunky, old, lame donkey as the greatest racehorse in the world. You read about why you want to go to this model. You go straight and read about the greatest racehorse. Find out what Chanakya was. Read. It's there on my website. Whatever I've written in this website is based on Chanakya with modern